Hey y'all, what's up? It's your boy Evan here. Welcome to the cartoon block. And today I'm going to show you guys how to ink Hellboy. Let's get started. So we already have the pencil sketch done from my last video. And here we can go ahead and begin inking. And I'm using my Copic multi-liner tool. So Copics, they make a pack of inking pens. And here I just use the right size that I want to just kind of get that, sketchy feeling that I already established in my pencil style. I'm a very sketchy person when it comes to just inking and drawing. I'm not the kind of person who makes like one perfect, long line or something like that. It really doesn't feel right to me. I like my art to be more organic, loose, messy, and things like that. And I kind of go back and forth between the Copic multi-liner and then the pen I'm using right here, right now, which is the Sakura Micron inking pen. And you can use whatever inking tool that works for you. Sometimes to cover larger areas, I might switch over to like a brush pen or a actual ink brush with a bottle of India ink. And you can look at that on some of my other videos where I have that. I'm using like India ink with a brush and stuff like that. But for the more detailed areas, I like to stick with the smaller, thinner pens, the Sakura Micron inking pens or the Copic multi-liner pens. And I can switch back and forth between the two depending on the thickness of the line that I want to achieve. So here, since I've already established where the shadows are going to be, in the pencil stage, I can now go ahead and just simply use the inking tool to just accentuate and darken up certain lines. Inking is not tracing your penciled work. So I want to make sure that you're very clear on that when you start inking your work. Inking is an art form in and of itself. So when you're thinking about inking your work or someone else's work, practice what your style is going to be and how you want to go ahead and attack the art. If you want, go ahead and make a Xerox copy of the actual, penciled artwork and simply go ahead and, ink over that. Make like a very light opacity Xerox copy of it and just use, your own inking tools and go over so you can practice your style. Your job is to make the artist, the penciler, especially when it comes to comic books, your job is to make the penciler's artwork really sing and pop off the page. That's what you want to achieve when you do that. And as here you can see, I'm using my pencil eraser here to go ahead and erase out some of the whites in his eyes. I want to make his eyes just pop out even more. Now I'm switching to my brush pen. This is a Pentel Pocket brush pen, and I want to use that to get the effects of his hair. So brush pens work really well when you want to do hair on certain characters and things like that because you get that thick and thin effect which you want to achieve. And then now I'm switching over back to my Micron inking pen to get his ear filled in and then going back to my brush pen. And the brush pen can lay down a very thin line, and I kind of go fast with it here. It's a very thin line from thick to thin or thin to thick. But it's a very good tool to get that organic feeling of hair. So when people see your work, it's like, oh wow, how'd you get that hair to look like that? So, and I know like there are certain like Japanese manufacturers who make brushes and things like that, and it's a very good tool to achieve that same technique, that brush feeling of hair when you want to put that in your artwork. So I highly recommend that you look into getting, any kind of like, brush tool. So a brush pen is great because it's economical, it doesn't cost a lot of money, and you don't have to get all these other brush inking materials such as, a brush and a bottle of India ink and things like that. So as you can see, now I'm using the brush pen to get the chin hairs on his goatee underneath his chin, and this after I lay down the shadow and kind of just getting the the simple effect that I want to add in there. And I'm giving him some smaller, tinier hairs on the lower part of his chin leading up to his jawline. And just lightly sketch it in. And then I apply the same technique with his ponytail in the back. So we don't want to fill the entire ponytail in. You want to go ahead and leave, the middle part of his ponytail blank, because that will represent the highlight on his ponytail. And then you can go ahead and, if you want, add a few loose strands that are coming out. Not everyone's hair is tightly bound. And then I switch back to my Micron inking tool and just go ahead and just add in some more shadow lines on the side of his nose and make him look just a little bit more rugged. If you're coloring or inking a female character, you normally would not add these kinds of shadows on her. Women tend to not be fully inked in the face. And there you have it. That's Hellboy. I hope you learned something new today. Thanks for watching. And also, don't forget to like this video, follow this page, and subscribe. See you next time. Peace. If you're still struggling with coming up with your own superhero body, grab my free superhero mini course. It'll save you time, effort, and aggravation, and you can draw your own superhero body and impress all your friends.